So here's the thing, right? And I listened to the other conversation, and we can do intro calls and stuff, and we can work with NLP, but he has no business trading. None. It doesn't matter how good his system is. He's got no business being in front of the computer pulling the buttons on that system. And you're funding him, so it's like almost your fault, right? I'm going to just throw this right at you. He should have like no money to deal with. You should be giving him like nothing. This almost makes me angry. If I was a fund manager, I would fire your ass immediately, and you would not get a job anywhere trading money. You do not behave that way, right? So it's just a little bit of tough love here, and this isn't even NLP. It's like you're enabling him to be mad and to trade poorly and do all this other stuff. Here's the thing.
Before we get rolling here, just a reminder to please like and share our videos. Your support helps us to continue to bring you the wonderful content that we share with you each and every week.
You break your rule one time, you are done. You're done for, I don't know, a day, a week, a month, a freaking year. And you do not get back in the markets. He can do whatever he wants with his own money, but you do not give him your money. I mean, you're just throwing money away. You should know his system. You should have him trade real-time paper and prove that he's done everything properly for a week. If he does everything properly for a week on paper, fine. I'm going to give you enough money to trade one contract or the minimum size that you could possibly trade. The rules, okay, I have rules for this. The rules are that you break your rules one time, you're done for a week. If you trade again, you're done for a month. It's just, you have to give him some consequences. He's got no consequences. Oh, you lose money. Oh, I'm going to limit your money for a while. I'm going to give you some more. No, that's bullshit. You have to think of him as an employee. You're giving him money. He's supposed to trade this system. That was your deal. He's breaking your deal. Employment terminated until you show me that you're following your system. But I could tell you that I would not work with you if you're enabling him like that, because nothing you do is going to be effective. You have to shut him down like immediately with a rule break. I'm just trying to help you out. I don't want you to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you're entrusting him with the responsibility of your money, and he's being irresponsible with it. That's really the angle that we have to start attacking this on. Let him prove to you that he's going to be responsible. Have some sort of a daily limit, some sort of a metric to stop trading. It's like me as a trader, like when I train hedge fund managers that deal with hundreds of millions of dollars, and they deal with their employees and with their trading. And it's like I tell them, it's fine that they lose. That's not an issue, right? I mean, trading, you win some, you lose some. Sometimes you have these really big gains. Sometimes you get the beat out of you. But as long as you're following your system and you're acting responsibly and you're doing your rules, it's like I don't care if some guy loses $1 million in a day if that's what the system is, right? I'm the employer. I decided that system's okay. And hey, that's just what the system is. But as soon as that trader starts varying from the system, he is done. You fire him. He's gone, right? There is no question. Maybe you give him one chance to go back on paper for a while, but you take his money away like immediately. Realistically, for you as the trader, I would do this for yourself. It's like, I will exit. If I go into a trade and I break my rules, I'm done. Like, I'm in control of myself. And, if I'm not in control of myself, I can lose all my money. And part of my thing is I have certain guidelines that I adhere by. And if I don't adhere by those guidelines, I take myself out of the game. So it's about taking yourself out of the game. We can work with NLP to help you deal with that. It's the same way. It's like, I'm not beating myself up, but if I'm not following my rules, I have no business trading. Right? Until I can prove to myself that I'm going to follow my rules, or at least work on something that's going to help me follow my rules. Then I'm going to hit it again with a very small size. If I had an employee I was trading, I'm trading him with a very small amount of money. Right? There's not $100,000 to lose. And when he can prove that he can handle that responsibly, then I'll give him a little more. And he's going to psychologically probably fall apart, because this is like normal, right? Just going to tell you the way it is. And if it's myself, if I'm not following, I have no business trading the money. I have to reduce my size. If I can't fix it, reduce my size, I have to go to paper. If I can't do it with paper, then yeah, we'll do some mental work as you're trading with paper. We'll get you going. right? Then we go minimum size. Then we start to increase. Then we see where you fall apart. Then we drop our size back down again. Then we, work on something else, and then we raise our size, and then you have this mental breakdown at some point. Then, you know what I mean? So it's a process of just building up this skill of building your own self-discipline, and it can be done. You're enabling him to like be mad and get frustrated. Like if you see that, that's done. It's over. You have to set your own boundaries, right? I'm not going to have somebody trade my money that gets angry. What I would do if I was you is I would make sure I have his system, and I would see what he's doing and say, this was a rule violation. You do at the end of the day, do some sort of a review, and you say, well, you had a rule violation here on Monday, because, he can make money and have a rule violation. So you have to go back to say, look, you're making money, but you're violating your rules. That's like the first part of blowing up, because a lot of times you violate your rules, but you're just lucky. Luck involved in like trading results. It's like you violated your rules, but you were lucky. And, I've seen people lose a ton of money over this. And I mean, we do a different type of trading, but you'll see that they're trading, and then they'll take this irresponsible risk. It's completely irresponsible, and they'll win. And that gives them confidence. So the next time, your brain automatically says, well, I'm going to do that again. So the next time he's doing it with like 5 times the amount of capital, and it goes the other way. Yeah. And then you have this huge drawdown. And, so from your end, I mean, maybe you can't do that. Like you might not have the skill to be able to tell if he's following a system, in which case you have to kind of lay that on him and make sure he's following a system. Maybe have him report rule violations to you that he knows about. What would be even better is that you realize you overrided your rules, or you broke your rules, right? And telling your uncle that, hey, I broke my rules today. I'm going to like not trade tomorrow, or I'm going to go to paper tomorrow, and then I'm going to go back on Wednesday. Responsibility for yourself, which is ultimately what we want. We don't want to have to. We don't want to have to watch you. Our uncle hates pulling the money. I would hate pulling. Like it kills me to pull money from my employee, or especially a relative, right? Somebody that I love and I care about. It would kill me to do that. I would much prefer you to say, you know what, and you know how much confidence he's going to have in you if you say, you know what, Uncle, I violated my rules today. I know it's not the right thing to do. I'm going to bring my size down, or I'm going to just stop trading for 24 hours, and then I'm going to come back in. I'm going to do a little bit of self-reflection. I'm going to come back in, and then I'm going to follow my rules. If you give yourself those consequences, you will stop doing it. Like without any NLP, you don't have to like go into these trances and stuff. I mean, we can do that, but it's just not necessary at this point. Cutting through all the bullshit, and I can see what's going on really clearly. And the first step of this is to make sure that, I mean, ideally, the trader takes responsibility for himself and does this. But if he can't, it's up to you, right? And the less he does that, the less he monitors it. And if he just keeps doing it, it's maybe you don't want to work with him anymore. For you, it's about taking responsibility for yourself. I mean, we all have these feelings. Like I trade, I get angry. Right, and it's like, it doesn't mean I have to do something. I'm just aware that I'm angry. You need to find a way to calm yourself down from that. If it's like if every time you got angry, I chopped your finger off. Every time you showed anger, it's like, yeah, you stop showing anger after a couple of fingers, right? You'd be like, yeah, this isn't working for me. So it's like the same thing. It's like, give yourself a consequence. Don't beat yourself up. Don't say you're a loser, right? That doesn't do any good. We all have emotions. We all get angry. Sometimes our emotions serve us, even in trading. Like your thing in trading should not be to trade emotionless. Emotions can be very, very useful. But if you find they're being destructive, then we change things. I take this loss, I'm going to get angry. Okay, accept that, right? Accept that you're angry. Now, how can you work within that anger to still be rational? Focus in towards that direction. You're giving yourself these consequences, and you'll feel so much more confident if you do that yourself. It's like, at first, it's like, I'm pulling myself out, and I don't want to do this, and this is ridiculous. Why the hell is that going on, right? And then, but after you've done it like 5 or 6 times, it's like, yeah, Yeah, I'm confident because now I can stop myself. But we can work with this if you would like going forward. I'm just trying to hit you guys with both see what you're doing. It's like you're both involved in this. To roll this in the other direction and see what you can do with that. If you put that structure and I'm willing to work with you. If you don't, I'm almost not willing to work with you because it's just not going to go anywhere.